YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV. Westwood One extra special guest, Faith Evans, up in the building. Faith, congratulations, baby. You got your new album out.
Yes.
The first one for 5 years.
Yes.
Wow, what a pause.
What a pause.
Now, what was the reason for the pause?
Well, I had my fourth child.
Congratulations,
we'd
like to say. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you really took care of business for that. Yeah.
I wrote and released my memoir, which was very well received.
Exactly. Now, you actually won an award for Best Biography and Memoir.
Yeah.
The 2009 African American Literacy Award, like a very serious award.
Yes.
I mean, was that a very heartfelt time for you writing that?
It was. It was very much so. And I mean, certain things, when things are going on, you tend to. I forgot because I've had so many things happen in such a short time, good and bad.
Yes.
So I found myself calling friends or having my collaborator call friends, like, ask her what happened because I kind of forgot the rest. All I remember. But I mean, it was therapeutic. It was very therapeutic.
A lot of things to get out of your system there.
Well, yeah, I had always said I would never really. I've never been one to speak and feel like I got to give you a bit on everything you hear about me, or I always said if I went into detail about a lot of those things, it would be when I did my memoir. So. And
what were some of the most explosive things in your memoirs?
I think explosive. I don't know. That would depend on. I think different people that have read it may have different things that they felt were
What did people really pick up on?
I think for the most part, what people wanted me to speak about that they thought they knew, and maybe I had to kind of clear it up, was probably just what people are most attracted to, which is the sensationalized stuff, like me and Lil Kim, and the East Coast, West Coast, extra perpetuated drama, stuff like that.
So if we were to address those now, the thing with you and Kim, what was it like?
What you mean?
It was a mess, wasn't it, in those days? Why was everything such a mess in those days?
I don't know. Things happen. Some people got mess now. So.
Exactly. But it felt like a lot of just unnecessary confusion surrounded that era.
Yeah, but there was so much happening in such a short time. I mean, at least myself, I know, and being a part of the whole bad boy movement,
it was so
things just kind of bam, right out the gate. I know I didn't expect the success that came with, my first record, let alone, you got Biggie, you got all the other stuff, all the other artists. So, sometimes in people don't get to think out. I know I didn't. I reacted in many instances back then just off of my emotions, and I was a lot more impulsive. But I'm a refined woman now.
Exactly, thank you. Everyone was a lot younger.
Yes.
And everyone seems just so new, and it was so fast. And it was so much heat and energy, and it was just such a crazy time.
Yeah, it was. But it was a fun time as well.
Oh, hell yes.
It definitely was.
Yes. So with Kim, did you ever make the peace?
I made peace with myself.
Exactly.
I see her, I say hi. The last time I saw her was at like Puff's white party maybe 2 years ago. And I went up to her to congratulate her because I think this is when she was doing Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
And she was like, who's that? Like she didn't know who I was. So, go figure. Yeah, but God bless her,
Yeah, life goes on.
She's very talented, and I look forward to hearing good music from her again.
Yes.
One day.
But not quite yet. Like, we haven't heard it quite yet. I mean, the diss on Nicki Minaj didn't really hit the spot. You're obviously riding for Team Nicki.
No, I think they're both very talented. Yeah. But, I never think it's good to... I don't think you have to take shots at someone else to... If anything, that makes you look kind of corny to me. Yeah. Whoever it is, so... In
the film Notorious, was that an accurate... did they capture that accurately, or was it a bit of a one-sided story how they told it?
All the things that I know about and that I was a part of, I think they did a pretty good job at being accurate. Yeah. Certain things you can't obviously fit someone's life, even if it's, such a short-lived life, into 2 hours. Yeah. And there's certain things that may have been a somewhat manipulated for cinematic purposes.
Yes.
Like me going in the hotel with the girl and Big, it wasn't a white girl. I don't know, maybe they thought that would be more interesting to people.
They changed up the shorty.
But other than that,
why did they put the white girl in there? What's wrong?
I don't know. Maybe they thought people would be like, oh, and it was, I don't know. Not that he didn't sleep with white girls, but I never caught it with one.
Oh man, they just threw the white girl in there. Why? Okay, now you addressed in the book all the rumors that were surrounding all that West Coast stuff, and what Biggie talked about later on when he was obviously going through his things. About your relationships. There was talk about you having relationships with Tupac. What would you say about that?
I said it in my book. I mean, I've always said the same thing. It was a situation that was way bigger than me and Big, and even Tupac, I should say. I didn't really know him. I just knew that my husband thought of him as a friend. Yeah. And when I met him, he asked me to do a song with him, and I went and did it. But this was at a time when I was kind of trying to not follow Puff and them. I was trying to just do my writing thing, get work and get money on my own. And I sort of ended up being in the mix of something I really didn't know a lot about. You know what I mean? But I mean, unfortunately, they both are not here today as the result of something that was way bigger than them. Let me just say that. I do know that for a fact. I know that what became called and what's now coined as this East Coast, West Coast beef, I mean, I think it was just two people, or maybe more than two, but beyond, this is not Big and Tupac I'm talking about. Other people's issues with one another that went bad, I guess that's the best way to put it. It wasn't about Big and Tupac, though. It really wasn't.
And those two people would be?
I don't know, but I know there's a few of them out there, and whoever they are, they know who they are. Yeah.
Well, we are in the Hot 66.
I know who it wasn't.
I mean, I'm very close to Funkmaster Flex. He really is like, I don't know, a mentor to me, man. I think he's the greatest DJ of them all. And we were around in those early days of like Hot 97 when it first became a hip-hop station as opposed to being like the Spanish freestyle station. And that was just so dominated by that era of Bad Boy, but so dominated by Notorious B.I.G. And we spent a lot of time, when I joined this station all those years ago, 12 years ago, Biggie came over and did my launch party for my show starting here at Radio 1. And we had so much, like at the Tunnel. I used to see Biggie virtually every Sunday up at the Tunnel, smoking those roll-up cigars he'd smoke.
That used to be fun.
Oh my God, was it so much fun?
The Tunnel was the fun. Me and Mary J. Blige used to tear the Tunnel up.
Tear it down. I mean, that was hood beyond hood. And that was like
metal detectors and all.
Oh man, it's just gold cavity searches. I mean,
you like that part.
Well,
just
the women
playing.
used to do me. The thing is, when you had a tunnel banger, you had a hit.
Yes.
When you had a tunnel banger, you had it good out there.
That's like Tim Westwood or Funkmaster Flex dropping bombs on your joint.
That's the cosign, girl. That is the cosign. Now, I want to congratulate you on being nominated for a Grammy in the 2011 Grammys for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance for your new single. How do you feel about that?
It was a pleasant surprise, actually, because number one, being an independent artist.
Exactly.
I mean,
to be nominated for a Grammy.
It's been years since I've been out with new music. And then my single was only out. My album wasn't out, before the cutoff, but my single was only out for a couple of weeks before the actual cutoff. So that's wonderful to be, that's wonderful to be recognized.
Isn't it just, man?
It is.
And how's Christopher Jr., Biggie, and yours son?
He's good. All my kids are good. CJ is 14. He's in ninth grade.
Wow.
But he's doing well. He actually...
Does he look like his dad?
Yeah, he looks quite a bit like his dad.
Serious?
Way more like him than me. He has a little bit of... I think I lightened up his complexion a little bit, but that's about it. And something in between the eyes, maybe.
Okay.
But he's doing well. He actually, after he did the role of Notorious, he just recently filmed a movie with Will Ferrell that's coming out.
Oh, congratulations!
Next year, called Everything Must Go. So
he's definitely making moves for that.
Well, yeah, not really. He's like the accidental movie star. I've never really taken him. We don't do
Yes.
that like all the time.
Yes.
But he got a call for this project after people saw him in Notorious, and they loved him. So I let him do it. At that time, his grades were intact. But in our house,
was it like,
school comes first. so-
Exactly. And is he studying hard?
He is, but he just started 9th grade, and he's a little popular. And,
Yeah, his swagger level must
I'm
be
like,
through the
look,
roof right now.
Right, so we're gonna have,
Just rein it back in.
let's just say if they called him to do a movie now, I would not take him to the casting, to the audition.
Seriously, irrespective of the check.
He got to get those grades in order.
Man, beautiful man. I look forward to seeing you on the big screen, baby.
Thank you.
And yeah, man, really good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Thanks.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thanks, baby girl. YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV.